Game Freak's 22-year-old Pokemon franchise has built an amazing reputation for delivering remarkable games, movies, merchandise, and memories. However, as fans, we all have things we wish Game Freak would do, and today I'm joined by Axellian to help discuss some of these ideas.
Game Freak has made tons of great decisions in the past, and this list is our ideas on what they should do in the future. With that in mind, make sure you go over to my channel and check out the video over there, where Derek and I take a look into the manga teams of each protagonist. So with that said, let's dig into this countdown.
Number 10. Pokemon Origins 2 or Pokemon Origins the series. In 2013, we were treated to the spectacle that was Pokemon Origins, an anime adaptation of the original Pokemon Red and Green versions. Though not perfect, especially due to its compressed nature, we were still given an amazing retelling of Red's journey across the Kanto region, with the added addition of Mega Evolution. Despite its flaws, it was a fantastic change of pace for the anime side of Pokemon, and I'd absolutely love to see a sequel or even a series in the same XY art style. My first thought after watching Pokemon Origins was a battle atop Mount Silver between Red and Gold, with a final blow coming from Mega Evolved starters. Sadly, we may never see this due to Game Freak seemingly shelving Mega Evolution. Speaking of which...
Number 9. Bring back Mega Evolution. Game Freak, why did you shelve Mega Evolution? You introduced this amazing concept that breathes new life into older Pokemon, and then just abandon it in the very next generation. Worst of all, you skipped the Johto starters. Mega Evolution should make a return even if it's a more tamed manner. The concept behind it is awesome, the designs are amazing, and seriously, just give us Mega Flygon already.
Number 8. Revisit Kalos. I know I'm not the only one who feels Kalos wasn't complete. Most of us, including myself, expected some kind of third game or sequel, but instead we got nothing. There was so much potential to be had in Kalos. The legendaries were awesome, there was still a southern portion left unexplored, and Lysander showed real emotion in his convictions. I personally wouldn't mind seeing a third version like Platinum, with Lysander using both Xerneas and Yveltal to give immortality to the beautiful and eliminate the greedy, only to be stopped by the player in Perfect Zygarde. Perhaps we will see a revisit one day in a Spain or Italy based Pokemon region. Only time will tell.
Number 7. A Pokemon manga anime adaptation. Pokemon's widely known for being targeted at younger audiences, especially in the anime. Well, this is exactly the opposite of the Pokemon manga. It's known for having its own, sometimes dark interpretation of the Pokemon world, and unlike the anime, the manga doesn't refer to one particular canon or manga. Instead, it refers to a collection of comics with their own self-contained stories, and they rarely connect to other mediums. These self-contained stories would make excellent Pokemon miniseries targeted at older fans by not shying away from the details that the manga presents. An anime adaptation would also be an excellent gateway into the Pokemon manga as a whole, since it's one of the harder interpretations for Pokemon to find.
Number 6. Could Ash win once? While we're on the topic of the Pokemon anime, let's bring up Ash's apparent inability to win a single major Pokemon League. This anime trend has gone on ever since the original series, and frankly, it's starting to get ridiculous, especially in the XY series. Ash had performed exceptionally well in the Lumiose Conference, advancing all the way to the finals with markedly one of his best teams yet. His final opponent was his rival Elaine, and after an intense showdown, both trainers were reduced to a single Pokemon. Ash with his bonded Ash Greninja, and Elaine with his Mega Charizard X. However, you've probably guessed by now that Ash loses this battle, despite having the type advantage. Some of the animators even expressed that they were disappointed at the fact that Ash had to lose. Perhaps this trend will be broken in the Sun and Moon series.
Number 5. Fan-submitted Pokemon. There are countless fantastic Fakemons circulating on the internet, and wouldn't it be great to give some of these artists a chance to have their designs featured in Pokemon games? It would actually be really neat if Game Freak hosted a contest where fans could submit designs or concepts that would make their way into future games. This is actually similar to how Satoshi Tajiri won a contest from Nintendo when he was 16, so why not pass the tradition on?
Number 4. Bring back Primal Reversion. Primal Reversion was an amazing concept introducing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. In a sense, it's the true power of a Pokemon unlocked by absorbing the energy of nature. I personally think Primal Reversion is the perfect way to allow legendaries, especially box art legendaries, to differentiate themselves in both gameplay and lore by reverting to their powerful ancient forms. Bringing Primal Reversion back has so much potential. Just imagine a Primal Regigigas side story where bringing the Regi trio together awakes the true Regigigas from its slumber. Another awesome idea would have the original dragon be Primal Kiram, only achieved by combining both Zekrom and Reshiram. Granted, chances of these happening are slim, but it definitely would be an amazing way to bring the legend back into Legendary.
Number 3. Challenge Mode. In Black and White 2, we were introduced to a type of difficulty setting. This feature allowed players to choose between either easy, normal, or challenge mode, and only normal mode was available on the first playthrough, allowing for increased playability and challenge. While I would like to see a choice between easy and normal for the first playthrough, each mode offered their own different effects, but more importantly, it increased some opponents' AI, scales their Pokemon's levels, and gives extra Pokemon to Gym Leaders and the Elite Four. And finally, it increases Gym and Elite Four Pokemon IVs to 30. Bringing this feature back would be huge to Pokemon fans, and maybe even allow us to skip the tutorial?
Number 2. Extended Pokemon Generations. What sentence can I use to describe Pokemon Generations? How about a fantastic piece of art that paid homage to and expanded upon some of the best moments in the Pokemon games without deviating so far as to ruin them? I love Pokemon Generations, so much that I even use clips from it in both my intro and countdown transitions. But I do have my issues with Pokemon Generations. First and foremost, each episode was way too short by being only 3 to 5 minutes long. This format didn't allow for the expansion of character backstories or events, except for Looker. He was presented fantastically in Pokemon Generations, and I'd personally love a full-length anime dedicated to him. A topic for a future video, perhaps. Anyway, back to the point. Like I said, it doesn't allow for much expansion, and personally, if Pokemon Generations is brought back, I'd love to see several full-length episodes focused on characters like Cynthia, Alder, and Professor Rowan.
And number 1, fix the mythical and event Pokemon system. Mythical Pokemon are becoming an issue. What were once Pokemon that felt meaningful and impactful when you encountered them have turned into freebies given to you by random NPCs in the Pokemon Center. Even worse is that Mew will be coming pre-packed with the Pokeball Plus, and has basically put an optional $50 paywall in front of getting this Pokemon. Enough is enough, Game Freak. Make mythical Pokemon meaningful again. You have the perfect chance in a Gen 4 remake.
So that's me and Axellian's top 10 things Game Freak should do. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to both me and Axellian. Click the bell notification just in case YouTube decides not to notify you, and while you're at it, stop by Axellian's channel and watch his side of the collab, linked in the description and cards.
Alright guys, you know the deal. Leave a comment down below and make sure you let us know what Game Freak should do in the future. And just a reminder that you can head over to my channel where me and Derek will talk about the manga teams of the protagonists for each region.
To finish off, I'd like to give a massive thanks to Axellian for taking the time to work with me on a collab. And with that said, we'll catch you in the next one.